Hey Star Fam, thanks for tuning in. We're here today for another quick energy check-in using the Ator Tarot deck. Alright. So getting right into it, I do hope you guys are all keeping well. This is just going to be a quick general reading just to see if we can get a bit of a snapshot to see what the energies are like around my Star Fam. Okay. Keeping in mind, guys, it's a general reading, so it might not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to look through the rest of my video library. I've got plenty of other readings. I'm sure you'll find something that will resonate with your situation at hand. But anyways, the first card out we've got is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is somebody very hard at work. As you can see, this person has kind of honed in his craft. This is the card of the Master. As you can see, he's got these pentacles that he's working very hard on, and they all are looking, quite nice. All right. So, I mean, you could be an earth sign, again, with pentacles being the suit of earth. So that could be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, although not necessarily, but this does indicate somebody who is hard at work. You could be really focused at the moment. You could be throwing yourself in work at the moment. This could also be card of a workaholic sometimes, depending on the cards around it. But yeah, definitely hard at work, very focused on working on something that you're trying to bring to fruition. Nice. Let's see if we can get a little bit more details to see what exactly it is that you guys are hard at work on. All right. Please, could you tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles? What is my Star Fam working hard towards? Again, none of these are sign specific, nor are they gender specific, okay, you guys? Okay, you all? Okay, right. So the next few cards out are the Seven of Pentacles. All right, then the Knight of Swords, the Justice card, the Four of Swords, and then the Hermit card. All right. Bear with me a second, you guys. Okay. Right. All right, so from the get-go, it looks like you are hard at work. The reason you've thrown yourself into your work, it looks like you're really throwing yourself into your work, you're keeping your head down, just doing your thing. It's because you're waiting on something. It looks like you're waiting on a message from the justice system, the courts. Not necessarily, I mean, this could, again, the Justice card could be contracts. Usually it does have something to do with the legal system. So it could be a court case. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It could be even something like a traffic ticket that you're disputing or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything massive like anyone's going to jail, guys. You know what I mean? But it also could be like a contract as well. So this could be any kind of contract, like a work contract or marriage contract even. Like there's different kind of contracts. It could be even like building permits. It doesn't necessarily, again, have to be like anything, like anyone's gonna go to prison for anything terrible. Okay, I mean, it could be. But I'm not really seeing that, to be honest. Thank goodness, you guys. Yeah, let's try to keep out of that kind of trouble, shall we? But anyway, so taking it from the top. So we've got that you are hard at work. You know, it looks like you've thrown yourself into work, or you just basically kind of like keeping your head down. You know, and it looks like you're waiting because the Seven of Pentacles that we've got here, you can see that this person, they have, you know, they've planted their crops and they're basically just waiting for everything to come to fruition, so that they can harvest everything. All right. An alternative, translation of this card as well is that this person is, you know, we've got these 6 pentacles over here in this shrub, this bush, and as you can see, he's got this 1 pentacle over here. So it could be somebody trying to consider, you know, whether or not they should try investing their money or time or effort, energy, whatever, somewhere else. You know what I mean? So it's like he's kind of taking stock on these and thinking, should I continue with this route that is bringing fruition, or should I try my luck elsewhere? You know? But, I mean, if this is some kind of work contract, that could make sense. Something that you're trying to work out with HR, that you're trying to figure out, and you're wondering if you should stay or if you should just go. You know what I mean? This could very well as well be like a divorce that you're waiting to finalize. And you're kind of, you know, during the, what do they call it? Like gracing period. You're kind of just taking stock on your life and if you should stay and try to work things out or if you should go. I kind of get the feeling that if it's that case, I mean, if you've already started the proceedings, it looks as if you're going to go ahead with that anyway. So to me, this feels more like you're just waiting, you know? So with these 2 cards together, you know, it's like you're hard at work. You're keeping your head down. You're staying focused. It's like you're trying not to be distracted. You know what I mean? I kind of get the feeling that you're throwing yourself into work just in order, yeah, to keep yourself from thinking about whatever situation this is. Okay? So it's like you're waiting, and it feels like you're waiting on messages. Because the Knight of Swords, you know, the suit of swords is about, it's air signs. It's about thoughts, ideas, communication, you know. And the Knight of Swords is a swift-moving knight, so it's like swift communication coming in. You know what I mean? Or it's like a swift message, right? And just next to our Knight of Swords, we got the Justice. So I kind of get the feeling that if you were waiting, if you have been waiting for quite some time, you will get an answer from the court system, the justice system, whatever this happens to be. If it actually is the courts, if it is HR, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever contract, you will be hearing back from them quite quickly. You know, I feel like it's taken some time up until this point. But because we've got this Knight of Swords right next to the Justice, you know what I mean? It's almost as if she gives her sword. The sword is the answer. You know what I mean? The sword is the answer. The sword is the message. It almost appears as if she's handed the message off to the knight, and the knight is quickly on its way to come deliver the message. You see? So I kind of feel like if you have been waiting for quite some time for an answer, for a resolution about what was happening, you're not going to have to wait for very long, because I feel like the answer is coming and it's coming swiftly now. Okay, so it shouldn't be too long. All right. And then the next cards that we've got out here are 2 kind of cards about rest. Okay, we've got the Four of Swords, which, as you can see, this is, you know, this is a card about rest. This person here is resting, at rest. You know, this is also the card about meditation. And like messages from the divine, like, but by which I mean like You know, when you meditate on something and you get your, you know, your higher self kind of gives you the answers. I'm getting that feeling because we've got this stained glass window up here, you know, and it's like this person, they're at rest, they're at meditation, you know, they're enjoying some quiet time. So I kind of get the feeling that during this meditation, they're gonna get in touch with their higher selves. Um, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's going to be a lot more clarity around the situation. And there's just kind of, as well, a feeling of like relief. You know what I mean? I kind of get the feeling of, like now that you finally got your answer and everything has been resolved, now you can finally rest, you know? Especially if you have been stressing out and, you know, kind of being anxious and worrying a lot. I know the Knight of Swords isn't typically about that anxiety, but it could be, especially if it's, you know, it's about thoughts moving quickly. So especially if your mind has been going like a mile a minute and, you know, you're constantly thinking about this and worrying, and it's the constant thoughts plaguing your mind. You know what I mean? And I can understand why, if that was the case, that you've decided, you know what, let me just focus on my work. Let me throw myself into work, because at least when I'm focusing on work, I'm not focusing on this problem. You know what I mean? But again, not to worry, because you're going to have your answer. I have a feeling that this is going to work out in your favor, okay? Because again, right after justice, we've got rest. So it's like now you can finally have that sigh of relief. And it's like after so long, now you can finally rest. You know, you can finally sleep easy, knowing that everything's going to work out well. You know, knowing that everything has worked out okay. You know what I mean? And again, I kind of get the feeling that, you know, during this meditation, you know, going back to this like stained glass window, you know what I mean? I kind of get the feeling that you're like praying and giving thanks. You know, you can see this person's on their knees in front of the angel. So it's like, on the one hand, you were probably worrying and praying and asking your angels and your guides and everybody to kind of help you get through whatever situation this was. And it's like they came through for you. You know what I mean? So I definitely see you finally being able to rest easy, giving thanks to, you know, your angels, your guides, your whichever deity you worship, your ancestors, whoever it is that you've been praying to guide you and to help you through this time. You know what I mean? It's like you finally are able to rest, you know? And then we've got the Hermit card. The Hermit card is about going within. It's a little bit about isolation. Well, I mean, it's a lot about isolation. It's about isolating yourself and going within. It's like that, you know, like a spirit quest for, or, you know, or some kind of things. You know what I mean? Like this is the quintessential idea of the monk who goes and hides in the mountain and just spends some time meditating alone. You know what I mean? And this hermit person, they are, you know, during this time alone, it's when you go within and you start to ask yourself the big questions in life, the important questions of life. Who am I really? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of my life? You know, those kinds of spiritual, kind of existential questions. You know, again, for some of you, this is like the resolution of a divorce, the finalization of a divorce. For some of you, this is like, I'm not sure if it's a job that you're quitting, just because it looks like you're hard at work. You know what I mean? So this feels more like this is either a separation that is finally official, and so now you can finally rest easily. You know, and you might want to spend a little bit of time by yourself, which I mean, fair enough. You know, but again, this could also be like, you know, like a mortgage. You know, and it's like now that you finally got it and they have accepted your offer, now you can finally rest easy knowing that, you know, everything has worked out well. Whatever the situation is, again, guys, you're gonna have to take it as it resonates because it's a general reading. So whatever this contract, legal, whatever situation is, you know, it is going to come to a quick resolution. I know it's taken some time up until now, but it is going to come to a quick resolution very soon, and you're finally going to get a chance to rest easy, okay? And be independent. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot. Okay, yeah, you see the Chariot is about moving forward. Finally getting a chance to move forward. The Chariot is usually a swift moving energy because, you know, chariots back in the days were basically the ye olden day cars, right? So they're usually taken to go long distances, you know, or if you needed to travel quickly, you know, so this is about moving forward. Moving forward with determination and confidence. Okay? There is also an element of, you know, the light and the dark side in you as well, too, that you might have to keep in check and keep balanced. Especially if this was like a divorce and it got maybe messy, you know, and you had to kind of rein in the temptation of really screwing the other person over. You know what I mean? But I kind of get the feeling that as soon as this resolution with the courts or whatever contract it is resolves itself, it's like you're finally gonna get a chance to rest, you know, get a proper night's sleep after, you know, who knows how long that you've been up worrying at night, and finally get a chance to be alone and independent. You know what I mean? It's like you're finally getting that chance to just yeah, rest and be kind of left at peace. You know what I mean? You might not even necessarily be having an existential situation, but it's just, you know what I mean? To finally have that peace of mind, that peace and quiet where you can finally just be alone and just like be left alone, but not in like a sad way. You know what I mean? It's like you just need some space, some time to yourself. You know, it's been a stressful while. It's been stressful. And now you just need some time just take for yourself, you know? Just a little bit of self-care. You know, maybe you'll probably end up celebrating with friends a little bit later on. But for the time being, I kind of feel like this feels like a weight on your shoulders, you know? Like there's a massive weight on your shoulders, you know? And it's like as soon as this resolution comes in, it's like you're finally going to be able to have that sigh of relief, you know? And you're finally going to have that time to be independent. Again, the Hermit card about going within. And it's like, you know, asking yourself those big spiritual questions. So it's almost like... It's like for some of you, you might have had a dark night of a soul moment. You know what I mean? Where things might have been really, really bad. You know, and you have been isolating yourself between isolating yourself and work. So it's like just work, home. And that's like all you've had the energy to do. You know what I mean? But I definitely feel like the negative aspect of work, home is finally going to come to an end because now you're finally going to be able to go home and rest and have that deep sigh of relief, you know, of knowing that all of this is over and it's finally resolved, you know, and you're finally going to get a chance to move forward with your life. You know, definitely get a chance to finally like put an end to this last chapter of your life and begin something new. You know, some of you might be traveling as well too, because again the Chariot is about a card about travel. And then we've got the Knight of Swords as well, and he's traveling quite swiftly. So I mean, this could have been a visa situation. You're waiting for the visa to come through. You could have been waiting for a visa to come through, and like the trip that you're gonna take it's like more of a like a pilgrimage sort of. Like maybe you're gonna, I feel like if you are gonna travel, it's gonna be a solo trip. You know, so either to a spa, or either you're just like, you know what, forget this past life or this previous life or whatever it is that you're leaving behind, and it's like you're just going to move forward, and it could be in a new city. So we've got a city in the background here. So going from your old city, moving to a new one. You know? I mean, heck, there could have been more than one. You could have been dealing with the justice system because you wanted to sell your house and then purchase a new one, but then you also purchase a new one in a new city, but then you also needed a visa to get to this new city, and you also needed, you know, this could have been a contract for a new job as well. You know what I mean? So it could be more than one contacts. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely get the feeling that, you know, you're going to get an answer, and it's definitely going to be favorable. You know what I mean? Because just the fact that as soon as justice comes in to save the day, is that you can finally breathe that sigh of relief and finally just relax, you know? I feel like some of you have been clenched quite tightly, if you know what I mean, for quite some time. You know, like now you can finally relax. You can unclench your jaw. You can unclench your stomach. You can you just unclench in general, you know, and just whew, finally that's over, and just have that relief. You know what I mean? And again, if this is a breakup with the Hermit card, I definitely see you guys are just like, yeah, no, I'm staying single for a while. You know, you just want to stay single for a while, but you do want to move forward with your lives. Do you know what I mean? Good stuff. All right. Let's, before I close this out, grab a card from the You Got This deck. It's a deck of 100 inspiring quotes. Again, it's not even really an oracle deck. This is just me kind of getting creative here. But let's see if we can get any messages for you from the inspirational deck with regards to this spread. What words of wisdom, what words of advice, what words of encouragement have you got from a Star Fam with regards to the spreads? I mean, again, with the Four of Swords here, there's definitely an element of healing here as well, too. So it's like healing your mind, healing your heart, healing your thoughts. So it's like whatever this justice thing is, you're definitely going to get a sense of closure from it. Can we get any words of wisdom, words of encouragement, words of advice from a Star Fam with regards to the spread? Let's see, can we get any words of wisdom, words of encouragement? Oh man. Oh, that's a lot, but it flipped over. To accomplish, we must not only act, but dream. This feels to me like, staying positive. You know what I mean? It's a matter of staying positive. So not only did you have to do whatever you needed to do, apply for whatever applications you needed to do with the court system, you know, but you also had to kind of stay positive, right? So it's just a matter of kind of staying positive, and just be conscious about what it is you're dreaming about, you know? I always said worry is a misuse of imagination, because when you're worrying and you're thinking about you know, the negative outcome, is like what you focus on, you manifest. So if you're constantly worrying that things are not gonna work out in your favor, then you know you're manifesting that reality to you, you know. So it's like you got to not only act, but you also have to make sure that your thoughts are in line with your actions. Okay? Because it's like we don't, like, if you think about it, if you're creating something, the whole time you're creating something, you're not thinking about what a failure it's going to be. You're thinking about what it's going to look like in the end. You know what I mean? When you're creating something, you've got the end vision of what you want this object or whatever it is to turn out looking like. You're not, you know what I mean? Like how this person is working on these pentacles. He's working on his pentacles and he wants to make a pentacle. So he's not going to be thinking in his mind about swords, right? Right? So it's like you got to make sure that your mind and your thoughts are in line with your actions, you know? Right, guys, I think I am going to leave that here for now. I do hope this helped. I hope it resonated. I hope this helped shed a little bit of light on your situation, gave you a bit of clarity. So for those of you who have been worrying, if you have been waiting for an answer regarding some kind of contract or some kind of legal situation, just know that you will be getting the answer soon, and it does look like things will turn out in your favor. Okay, you guys? So please rest assured. I hope this helped. I hope this brought a bit of comfort in knowing that things will work out okay. If you like the spread, please be sure to like and subscribe so you can join the Soul Tribe. And as always, wishing you guys a copacetic Earth experience. Take care now.